A fisherman breaks the Sabbath. That night, a skinless thing borrows a voice he knows. On St Helena Island, a proud shrimp netter shrugs off the old ways and invites a Boohag into his home. Faith is the only line between breath and the bottomless dark. Lowcountry night, St Helena Island, South Carolina. Marsh white as memory, live oaks bending under Spanish moss, sand roads that know every footstep. Folks here will keep the Gullah ways, praise houses for worship, sweetgrass baskets by the door, porch trim painted haint-blue to turn spirits away. And in the dark, they warn about the night rider called a Boohag, a breath thief that sits on a sleeper's chest and rides him till dawn. Meet Caleb Owens, shrimp netter, good with a motor, not so good with a calendar. He says Sunday work pays better than Monday work, says the Lord understands. The elders tell him plain, keep the Sabbath, mind your mouth, don't mock your mama's customs. He grins that sideways grin Gen X men wear when they've already decided. Pride is a quiet door left open. July heat leans on the water like a hand. Caleb takes his skiff out anyway. Port Royal stacks thunderheads like anvils. A neighbor on the dock says, leave it till tomorrow, boy. Caleb laughs and kicks a broom from his doorway. Ain't sweeping for no haints. That evening, he scrapes the porch trim, rips off the old haint-blue paint his mama brushed there years ago. Looks cleaner, he says, and he leaves the door plain wood to shine and the last light. Midnight finds the island holding its breath. Cicadas fall quiet. The tide slides out of the Shim Creek like a careful thief. Caleb sleeps hard with a fan wobbling on the dresser, window cracked to catch a trickle of a breeze. Somewhere off in the dark, a rooster throws one wrong crow at the moon and quits. The house hears it. The house waits. He wakes and can't move. Eyes open, body locked. A weight settles where his breath should be. Old folks call it hag-ridden. He tries to scream and finds the air thin as paper. On the sill, the curtain swells, then sinks again like a lung. From the slice of darkness under the window frame, something slides in. It's red as raw meat. It shines in the dim light like a wet fish pulled wrong side out. No skin. Sinew braided like rope. Fingers long and hungry. Eyes catch the light like a cat's. He crawls onto his skin and leans in close. He smells brine and pennies. The weight is a tide. His breath goes out and does not come back. Then it speaks, not with that slick mouth, but with a voice that lives in Caleb's bones. You left me, it says. The sound is Daniel's, Caleb's brother, drowned off the Hunting Island bar 2 summers back. Same hitch in the throat, same salt-choked rasp. Caleb sees it again, Daniel waving in the storm. Caleb saving the catch first, telling himself he had time. Telling himself there'd be another throw of the net. The Boohag pours that memory in his ear like poison. He drinks what's left of his breath. Shame is the second weight. Gullah elders leave a broom by the door. Make a hag count every straw till the rooster crows. Paint doors and windows haint-blue so spirits mistake sky or water and pass on by. Caleb had tossed the broom. He'd stripped the blue. Pride left every hinge bare. He didn't lift his arms. but he can move his lips. Words come up like stones from a well. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High. Psalm 91. Halting and hoarse, he says, Jesus, and the thing flitches like an iron in a forge. He drags one hand an inch, then two, toward the nightstand where his mama left a pocket testament sitting on a sweetgrass coaster she bought at Mount Pleasant years back. He palms the little Bible. He presses the coaster to his mouth like a shield and pushes out one more breath into the name of the above every name. The Boo Hag hisses, thin and hungry. The window bangs once. The weight lifts. Caleb rolls off the bed and staggers, legs shaking like he stood too fast. Lantern, matches. He shoulders the door, plain wood, no blue, steps out into the night. The thing flows ahead of him, a bleeding shadow, quick as a snake. The boardwalk slaps under his boots, spartina grass parts and ragged seams. He hears the creek talk to the moon, and the moon answer with silence. Under the dock, something pale hangs in a crab pot, empty as a shed shirt, human skin, folded careful, greasy with river light. Grandmothers tell it straight. A Boo Hag hides her skin to go riding. Catch the hiding place, you own the night. Salted and she burns when she climbs back in. Keep her counting pebbles or broom straws till sunrise, and she has to flee. Caleb shakes salt from the bait box like a man blessing a meal. The hide puckers where the grains land. The hag whips up behind him, still wearing Daniel's voice. Brother, it says, don't. He doesn't look. He keeps praying. He flings the salted skin onto the grill by the shed, flips the lid, and strikes a match. Flame climbs. The thing screams and voices it stole from a dozen beds. Wives and sons and drunks and deacons. It promises money, mercy, sleep. Caleb says, the Lord rebuke you. And he sets the burning skin on the coals with a boat hook. The air smells like hair singed on a stove. The hag drops to the ground, scrambles at the dirt like a crab out of a bucket. It starts counting without meaning to. Bits of shell, grains of sand, the knot holes and dock pilings. 1, 2, 3, faster and faster, bubbling in a dozen borrowed voices. It wants the skin back, but the salt has bit it. It wants the night back, but the rooster's thinking it over again. Caleb backs away, lantern shaking, and keeps his prayer steady as a metronome. The rooster throws a real crow this time. The creek turns pewter. The hag thrashes and smokes, then thins back to a black thread and snaps. The last of it goes out over the water like breath on a cold day. Fire gutters on the grill. Skin is nothing but a crisp ring and a smell you won't forget. Sun takes the edge off the marsh. Caleb stands there, bare feet in the sand, lantern cold in his hand. He looks at the door of his house like a man sizing up an enemy he made himself. He drives to town in a shirt that smells like smoke and salt and buys the blue his mama used to favor. He hangs a broom by the frame. He lays the pocket testament on the sill where the light finds it. But next Sunday, he lets the boat rest. He takes a back pew at the praise house. He sits quiet while the voices of Gullah lift an old spiritual that sounds like a river teaching itself to sing. Believe it or not, the Boo Hag is there. Here's what's true. Boohag tales are Gullah geechee stories from the sea islands, where the old faith and African wisdom meet salt air. The hag riding weight on the chest has cousins in world folklore and what doctors now call sleep paralysis. Haint-blue paint, born from Gullah tradition, tied to indigo's old money in Carolina, still colors porch ceilings, doors, and window frames across the South. Craze houses still stand on St Helena. Sweetgrass basket makers still call a living. Heritage from Mount Pleasant to these islands. This culture isn't a costume or a Halloween prop. It is people, places, and practices that deserve respect. Pride opens doors you don't mean to open. Faith shuts them. If you were raised to keep a broom by the door, a Bible by the bed, you already know how the night works around here. If you want more of Carolina graveyards and lowcountry folklore, subscribe and tell me which legend rides your people's stories.